We're getting near the end of the season, and as always we have some NFL matchups on a Saturday. The first game of the day will see the 9-6 Los Angeles Chargers -4 on the road taking on the 3-12 New England Patriots. The Chargers this season are 10-4-1 against the spread and 5-2 on the road. The Patriots this season against the spread are 6-8-1 and 2-3-1 at home. In the last 10 games, the New England Patriots have won 8 of them. They're also 7-3 against the spread when facing the Chargers. But the past is the past, and the Chargers are looking to lock in a playoff spot. I know there's a possibility of both the Chargers and the Broncos having the same record after next week's season finale, but the Chargers will win the tiebreaker and can be locking the 6th seed in the AFC Conference playoff picture. If that does happen, then the Chargers would travel to Baltimore to face the Ravens, setting up another classic matchup between the Harbaugh brothers. But that's a story for another day. The Chargers last week took on the Denver Broncos. It was a playoff-type atmosphere. Both teams gave each other all they had, but at the end, it was the Los Angeles Chargers who walked out victorious. Justin Herbert had a great game targeting 10 different receivers. He completed 23 passes for 284 yards, 2 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and also rushed for 28 yards. One of those receivers Herbert targeted was Ladd McConkey, who caught 6 passes for 87 yards, but the touchdown catches came from running back Hassan Haskins, who had 2 catches for 39 yards, and tight end Stone Smart, who caught 3 passes for 37 yards. Gus Edwards also got going, rushing for 68 yards and dialing up 2 touchdowns from scrimmage. Expect the Chargers to start where they left off last week and get things going through the air early. J.K. Dobbins might be able to go this week, but not 100% sure, but he was scheduled to return this week. But if he's not able to go, they still have a pair of great running backs. Gus Edwards will look to get his dominating hard-running game going, and Haskins will also be productive catching passes from the backfield. And Harbaugh defense will apply massive pressure on Drake Maye and force him to turn over the ball. Now let's look into these Patriots. It hasn't been great up in New England ever since Tom Brady left and the team decided to rebuild the team. We all know what happened when Brady left. He signed with Tampa Bay and won his 7th Super Bowl, and even though it hurt me as a Pats fan seeing him get that 7th ring with Tampa Bay, but in reality I was happy for him. He's the GOAT for sure. But enough about the past, and let's get to present day. The Patriots are in rebuild mode and haven't seen the postseason in quite some time now. A football dynasty that are struggling to get more than 5 wins in a season. They have a combine of 7 games won out of 29 games played in the last 2 seasons. Now they face a Chargers team that are in a mission and seeking to lock the 6th seed in the AFC playoffs. Despite the year the Patriots are having, we've seen them almost pulling out an upset last week when they faced off against the Buffalo Bills, who are in first place in the AFC East division and are a 2nd seed in the AFC playoffs bracket. The Patriots been showing some type of life in recent weeks though. Their offense are starting to get things going, but they still ain't as flawless as Mayo wants them to be. But last week they looked good and they almost beat the Buffalo Bills. Drake Maye in that game completed 22 passes for 261 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and 1 interception. Wide receiver Kayshon Boutte also had a great game despite the loss. He caught 5 passes for 95 yards and a touchdown. They also had a productive run game. Ramondre Stevenson rushed for 60 yards and 1 touchdown. Overall, the Patriots had a total of 379 yards compared to Buffalo's 324 yards, but it still wasn't enough to beat the Bills. In order for the Patriots to win this game and be the spoilers to the Chargers' playoff berth, Coach Mayo gotta apply that pressure he used to apply on QBs when he played for the Patriots. They can't let Herbert feel comfortable and sit in the pocket, cause if Herbert don't feel or get any type of pressure on him, he will slice and dice the New England Patriots defense. Drake Maye also gotta get going early and attacking the Chargers defense on both the ground and through the air. He has nothing to lose but everything to gain. Go out there and have fun, let it fly, give the wideouts a chance to make a play on the ball downfield. With all that being said, and knowing the Chargers are on the verge of locking a playoff spot with a win, and also knowing the Patriots are 7-3 against the spread when facing the Chargers, and after seeing the Patriots keep up with the Bills last week, they have built a lot of confidence and shown a lot of improvement on both sides of the ball. I don't know, but my gut feeling is telling me the Patriots will spoil the Chargers' chances to lock the 6th seed in the AFC playoffs. I'm gonna grab the team that has no pressure on them and gonna go play football and have fun doing it. And that's the New England Patriots +4 at home, and don't be surprised if they'll end up winning the game. The next game that will be aired this afternoon is the 9-6 Denver Broncos +3 traveling to Cincinnati, Ohio to take on the 7-8 Cincinnati Bengals. The Broncos are 11-4 against the spread and 4-2 against the spread on the road. The Bengals are 9-6 against the spread and 2-5 against the spread at home. The Broncos are coming into this game looking for a win to keep their playoffs hopes alive. They failed to secure a playoff spot last week when they faced off against the Los Angeles Chargers, losing 27-34. It was a back-and-forth affair in what can possibly be a playoff matchup down the road. Despite the loss, the Broncos did have a great showing, and Bo Nix is starting to look more or less of a rookie and more of a pro QB. He completed passes to 10 different players. He threw 40 passes, 29 of them were completed for a total of 263 yards with 2 touchdown passes and no interceptions. But it still wasn't enough to beat the Chargers. Now they face another team who's trying to keep their playoffs hopes alive, that being the Cincinnati Bengals. But the Broncos with a win today will lock in their playoff spot, but the Bengals, on the other hand, they gotta win today and next week. The Bengals are 7-8 this season, and majority of the games they lost been by 1 score or a few points. Some games they had the lead towards the end of the game but couldn't finish the team off. This game will be one of 2 tests the Bengals will have to pass in order for them to make the postseason. They know it's a one-and-done type of deal for them. Joe Burrow and Ja'Marr Chase are having one of their best season yet. But despite their amazing production on the field, they could be potentially missing the playoffs this season. Burrow this season has thrown for 4,229 yards with 39 touchdown passes and 8 interceptions. He also set a new NFL record last week. He's on a 7 straight game throwing for at least 250 yards with 3 touchdown passes, breaking the NFL record for consecutive games with 250 yards and 3 touchdown passes. The former record owner was 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady, who went 16-0 while setting the record back in 2007. He's among the NFL's leaders in most passing categories this season. Ja'Marr Chase, on the other hand, has a chance to win the Triple Crown for receivers. That's having most catches, most yards, and most touchdowns in one season. Chase this season has 1,518 yards on 108 catches with 16 touchdowns. He's going to be looking to dominate DB Patrick Surtain, who had the best of him in their last meeting. Surtain locked down Chase in that game, only letting him catch 1 pass that only went for 3 yards, but the Bengals still won that game 15-10. Expect Chase to be on killing instinct mode in this one. Now here's who I'm gonna be picking in this game. For those who knows me knows how I feel about the Bengals. They were my underdog team the year they made the Super Bowl run and lost. Even though Denver been playing great as of late, despite losing last week to the Chargers, but the Bengals also been stepping it up and starting to look like that fierce Bengals team we've seen in prior years. With that being said, I'm going with the Bengals -3 at home. They will keep their playoffs hopes alive, and Denver will suffer back-to-back losses and will have their backs against the wall going into next week's game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Expect Burrow and Ja'Marr Chase to get their connection going early, and also expect Higgins to have a big game. We all know he's due for one breakout game. Chase Brown will also be looking to get his ground game going. Again, my pick is the Bengals -3. The final game of the day will see the 7-8 Arizona Cardinals plus 6.5 traveling to the West Coast to take on the 9-6 Los Angeles Rams. The Cardinals this season are 9-6 against the spread and 4-3 against the spread on the road, while the Los Angeles Rams are 8-7 against the spread and 3-4 against the spread at home. These two teams faced each other 93 times since entering the NFL. The Rams lead the series 50 wins to the Cardinals 41 wins, and they also had 2 draws. But one team is looking to secure a division title with a win, while the other won't see the postseason unless some type of miracle happens. There's no secret both teams dealt with injuries to key players, but the Cardinals suffered the most. They've won 1 game out of their last 5 since coming back from their bye week, knocking them out of playoff contention. But if we all know that, don't mean they can't be the spoilers to Rams' division title and playoff seeding. The Cardinals had a chance to keep their playoffs hopes alive with a win last week, but failed to beat the young and upcoming Carolina Panthers. However, Kyler Murray is having a great season despite missing the playoffs. He's thrown for 3,288 yards, 16 touchdown passes, and 9 interceptions. Running back James Conner also is having a great season. He's rushed for 1,090 yards with 8 touchdowns. Tight end Trey McBride also been contributing for the Cardinals. He has 92 catches for 958 yards, but no touchdown catches. We'll see what the Cardinals have in store for us and the Rams this week. The Rams, on the other hand, are coming into this game with a lot of momentum since coming back from their bye week. They won 8 games in their last 10 games played and are looking to secure a division title with a win this week. Head coach Sean McVay never been blown out in his 8 years in the NFL, but that was until mid-September. they took a brutal loss to the same team they facing this week, the Arizona Cardinals. The Rams defense led up 41 points while the offense put up 10. But that was 3 months ago, and now we are in week 17, 2 weeks from this season ending. Even though the Rams suffered injuries to key players during the season, they managed to win games and now have all their key players back in perfect timing. Last week, they took care of business on the road, beating the New York Jets. It wasn't a dominant game, but it was enough to manage a victory. Matthew Stafford been playing great, and so far his numbers this season are as followed. He's thrown for 3,573 yards, 20 touchdown passes, and 8 interceptions. They also had lots of success on the ground, with Kyren Williams rushing over 1,243 yards, 13 touchdowns on 303 carries. Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp also been productive despite their injuries. They both combined for 135 catches with 1,542 yards and 9 touchdown catches. Now for my prediction and the way I see this one unfolding. I see the Cardinals put up a good fight all the way till mid-second quarter. The beginning of the game will be a jab here and there by the Rams till they see the chance open up for a knockout. Expect Stafford to get Nacua and Kupp early touches downfield to open up the run game for Kyren Williams on a defense that's led up 130 yards on the ground. I'm taking the Rams -6.5 at home and seeing them win their division the 15th time in franchise history. Last time they won the division was back in year 2021. Again, here are my picks for today. Patriots +4, Bengals -3, and Rams -6.5. I hope this video helps you guys pick and choose on who's gonna win the games and put some type of profit in your pockets. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on my picks for Sunday's NFL matchups. Good luck to all, have a blessed Saturday, and let's get this money back.